So it's a new month, and you know what that means, baby. It's time for September's Top 6 on Netflix. So every month I make it my mission to tell you the 6 things that I'm really looking forward to on Netflix. Why 6 instead of 5? Because 6 rhymes with flicks. That's the only reason why. But for real, the reason I chose 6 is because I could never really narrow it down to 5. I was normally left with 6 or 7, especially when I was talking about the Netflix original series and movies. So with all that being said, let's get it cooking, baby. Number 6 is Hip Hop Evolution is a documentary series about hip hop that starts back all the way at the birth of hip hop and Boogie Down with Herc, Bam, and Flash and works its way all the way up till now. It features all of the regions, styles, and artists that you've grown to love throughout the history of hip hop. It only tackles 2 of the 5 elements of hip hop, but it is still damn good. As a hip-hop filmmaker and lifelong fan of hip-hop myself, I was really skeptical of this series, but it knocks it out of the park. If you're a hip-hop head or you're interested in learning about the history, I highly recommend it. Hip Hop Evolution Season 3 is out September 6th. The Spy is the true story of Israeli super spy Eli Cohen's infiltration of Syria. Sacha Baron Cohen's performance in this is perfection, and the show is just packed with incredibly intense moments that will have you on the edge of your seat. And you'll find yourself yelling at the screen a lot when he takes certain risks. While I'm not a huge fan of the IDF and what they do, it doesn't take away from all the amazing work that this guy did and what he had to give up to do so for his country. This is a serious must-watch that also comes out on September 6th. Unbelievable is yet another true crime story from Netflix. You're definitely going to have vibes of When They See Us when you watch this, but it is a very different animal. As we all know, despite there being some good cops, prosecutors, and judges in existence, our legal system is broke as hell in the United States. Another system that's pretty broken is the foster care system for kids. They're often ignored and passed through the system pretty extensively, and it leads to a lot of issues for them, and I can definitely vouch for this myself as I was one of those kids. With all that being said, the series follows a teenager who reports a rape only to have it be disregarded to the point where she's actually pressured to drop the case by the detectives. The problem is that her story turns out to have a lot of similarities to other reports filed by women. And it isn't until a more affluent female reports a rape to female detectives that things start to happen. If you love true crime, you're probably going to dig this star-studded story. It's out on September 13th. The story of Criminal takes place in 4 different countries in 4 different languages and tells 12 stories, all following detectives interviewing criminals in police interview rooms exclusively. So it's all about those mental cat and mouse games that suspects and detectives play to outwit one another during interrogations. I think the idea is super interesting, and each one of these stories were written by local screenwriters from the respective countries of France, Germany, Spain, and the UK. I myself love police procedurals, and I think this stripped down approach should be very cool. Criminal is out September 20th. Glitch takes place in the small town of Urana, Victoria, where Patrick Bramwell, a local cop, is called to the cemetery to investigate reports of people rising from the dead. Of course, he thinks this is a prank, but it turns out to be true. But we're not talking about zombies here. These are healthy people with no memories of their past lives. So it's up to Patrick to help them discover who they were, help them and their loved ones deal with the repercussions of their return, and figure out what happened to bring them back from the grave. Along the way, a lot of other weird things happen, and it leaves you asking a lot of questions. But unlike similar shows like Lost, they tend to answer them as the series goes on. This is an intimate and interesting story of intrigue that weaves a nifty yarn neatly through the first 2 seasons, and I'm really excited to see what happens in Season 3. Season 3 of Glitch comes out on September 25th. The Politician is the story of Peyton Hobart, whose sole goal in life is to become the President of the United States. He's known this since he was 7 years old, and that's all he wants to do. To get there, though, he has to first make it through high school. Over the course of the 4 seasons that have already been written, we will see him take on opponents in 4 different political races for each year of high school. Along the way, he, his family, and everyone around him will be drastically affected by his will to win. Out September 27th, the cast for this show looks insane, and I can't wait to check it out. So those are my choices for September's top 6 on Netflix. If I missed something or you feel like there's something better coming out this month, let me know what it is in the comment section below. And stay tuned because next month, everything I'll be doing will be horror themed because it's October, my favorite month of the year. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.